Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we have been away for a little bit. And it's been a bummer because we really missed all of you guys. We really missed doing our daily devotions. And we've had a kind of a wild week. And I think this is going to be the only day that we're going to be able to do this. We'll do this on Thursday as well. But tomorrow is one of those. We're going back to the hectic day. For anybody that's celebrating High Shabbat today, much love to all of you guys, to everybody that kept the High Shabbat this year. Huge props to all of you guys, even if you're not on the same calendar that we are on. If you guys are on the Zadiki calendar, today is a High Shabbat. What that means is that you would not work, you would not cook. Well, actually, it is a feast. You would cook. So you would not work, you would not do servile work, but it's a feast day. So everybody's in the kitchen and I guess can brew it up, and it is it's a festive day. It's the last day of the Passover, the week of Passover that we had. And so here we are. And so the Feast of Unleavened Bread, exactly, not the week of Passover, the Passover, and then the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And so this is the last day. Gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
You guys ready for a day of rest?
Yep.
Everyone good?
Yep.
Got any big plans for today?
Sleep.
Cook? That's pretty good. That's all right. All right, guys, this is, what I'm going to show you guys is a picture of Yah Scriptures. And I'll go right here. This is a picture of Yah Scriptures right here. This is probably the greatest English translation that has ever been delivered. And it is a combination of several different scriptures. It's a combination of the ISR and also the stolen, fraudulent company of the Hallelujah Scriptures. When they put this together, this has been a project that has taken almost nearly 2 years, where we're at right now. We are heading into the 2-year span on this. My family and I, we took an entire year off to sit and read these scriptures from the front of the book to the back over and over and over. And we took these and we built this book. And this book is all glory to our Creator, all glory to His Son. And this is why we call it Yah Scriptures, because no man should have their name on any scriptures. This is His scriptures. These are His words. We have the Father right here, and we have the Son right here. We have Yehoshua on the back of that. And the verse on the back of that is Psalms 119, which says, it's real hard to read. I have treasured your word up in my heart that I might not sin against you. And so that is what we have right here, and Yah Scriptures is available. You can grab it. It is in the store. I think the store will be off today because it is a High Shabbat. We're not supposed to be selling and things like that. But tomorrow when the store is open, it is available. Guys, there's 2,000 of these for every scriptures that comes in. We are able to give one full scriptures to our brothers and sisters in chains, and that is what this ministry is about. So not only do you end up with a book that's 6 pounds, 2 ounces, that's 103 books with fully restored names of our Creator, but by you guys purchasing this, you guys are also helping us get these scriptures into prisons, and so that's simply amazing. For those who do not want to purchase these, that is absolutely not a problem, because everything that we have is completely free. Every book that we've ever done, everything is all available on PDF. It's available in every platform in every way possible that we want to get the word of our Creator out. You will not find another Bible printing people that give everything they have away. We began this by giving everything. And so the very first download is Yah Scriptures, the 66th book, and the other one is the 37th book of the Apocrypha. And that is actually extremely hot this month. We're actually getting double the amount of the Apocrypha download that we are getting of the main scriptures, which is very, very interesting to see. So definitely Yah's word is going out all over the place. It's going worldwide. And so we are very much happy that we can be a part of this. If you guys have eSword, the eSword modules are right here, absolutely available free of charge. It works for iOS, it works for Android, and also the Traditions of Men is a brand new PDF download that we have, a book that Nicole and I just got done revamping, and it's ready to rock and roll. And this is the Amazon books right here. You guys can grab these on Amazon. The links are all on our website, and you can see them in the description below. You can also pick up 2 different versions of Traditions of Men, a hardcover and a soft cover, and this is a fully printed color version from Amazon, and it's a really, really good read. So I encourage everybody to take a look at that and grab this if you have the opportunity. All right, we are in the second book of SHEMU'EKRE. We are getting towards the end of this. We only have another 3 or so chapters until we are out of this. Jade, can you give me a quick breakdown of where we are at to this point, please?
Dawood had sinned punished Absalom. His son took over the kingdom, kicked him out. Absalom went after David. He ended up getting stuck in a tree and getting killed by Joab and some other guys. After David told his army, Joab and the other guys, not to kill Joab, but keep him alive, or Absalom, keep him alive, bring him back alive. And they didn't. They killed him. David wept. Joab told him to stop weeping. He's like, it's disrespectful to us, all who fought for your life. If you wouldn't have cried for us, but you cried for the son that went against you, but we fight for you, don't cry. So he goes, go talk to the people before they revolt. And he went out and talked to people.
Okay, and so here we are in the life and the reign of King David in Yisrael. And at this point, we have the northern and the southern tribes are mostly together, right?
Yeah, still good.
So we have everybody together, and there's only 3 kings in all of Yisrael where all of the tribes are together. And guys, which kings are these?
Shaul, David, Solomon.
Yeah, Shaul, David, and Solomon. Those are the only times in Hebrew history that we have seen that everybody is that everybody was under one king. Okay, so we're ready to begin?
Yep.
Everyone good?
Yep.
Okay, Eli, you want to wake up for us?
Yep.
All right, here we go. And there was a scarcity of food in the days of David for 3 years, year after year. And David sought the face of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah answered, because of Shaul and his bloodthirsty house, because he killed the Gibeonites. Okay, what do we have of this right out of the gate? So Yah brought on a famine, right? 3 years scarcity of food. So it looks like, it doesn't really say a famine, but it is when you have a scarcity of food and you're on it for 3 years.
Not a lot to eat.
Sounds like a famine right there. Now, what do you guys make of this? Because Shaul and his bloodthirsty house, because he killed the Gibeonites.
I don't know.
You guys remember this?
Yeah, I remember he killed people. But the Gibeonites, was that the one that Joshua made a covenant with?
I think Joshua made a covenant with the Gibeonites, and Shaul therefore broke the oath that they had made, basically in the name of Yah as well. Okay, 2. The sovereign therefore called the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Yisrael, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Yisrael had sworn protection to them. But Shaul had sought to kill them in his ardor for the children of Yisrael and Yehudah. So David said to the Gibeonites, what should I do for you? And with what do I make atonement so that you barak the inheritance of Yahuwah? Now, I find this fascinating that, number one, that the Gibeonites were not the people of Yah, that Yah cares enough about just even outsiders, that the oath that the Israelites made is why the curse is falling upon them, right? Even though the oath was to protect the people outside of this, our Creator is huge on oaths. He's very, very big on this. And so it is, I just find that part fascinating. And the Gibeonites said to him, it is no matter of silver or gold between us and Shaul or his house. Neither is it for us to put to death any man in Yisrael. And he said, whatever you say, I do for you. And they said to the sovereign, the man who consumed us and plotted against us that we should be destroyed from remaining in all the border of Yisrael, let 7 men of his sons be given to us, and we shall hang them before Yahuwah in Gibeah of Shaul, whom Yahuwah chose. And the sovereign said, I give them. But the sovereign spared Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, son of Shaul, because of the oath of Yahuwah that was between them, between David and Jonathan, son of Shaul. And the sovereign took the 2 sons of Ritzbah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bore to Shaul, Armoni, and Mephibosheth, and the 5 sons of Michal, the daughter of Shaul, whom she brought up for Adriel, the son of Barzillai, the Mecholite.
There's here Micah's 5 sons, where it says before she died without children.
Yeah, and we've had that before and didn't.
So when I looked this up, the only thing I could find was that according to Jewish folklore, that one of her sisters died, and she took their 5 kids, and she raised the 5 kids as her own, so they considered them her children.
Huh? That could very well be as far as that goes. But I find this interesting.
Mephibosheth?
Yeah,
At least there's a verse above. He goes,
I think it's a different guy.
He spared him, and there's Mephibosheth.
Because this is the different Mephibosheth. This is Saul's son. This isn't Saul's grandson. This is the daughter.
No, this is Saul. Mephibosheth was Saul's grandson.
Right, and this one is right. And the next verse isn't the one where it says she bore to Shaul, Armoni, and Mephibosheth. This is his son and his 2 sons.
So Mephibosheth was
This
popular.
isn't the grandson, but his direct son.
I could have called you Mephibosheth, Eli, instead of that. That's what we should have called you, Mephibosheth. Okay. Okay, so that makes sense. So there's multiple of them, and then also that again, I think these are things that we should bring up because I mean this is a discrepancy in scriptures, and you will run into them in various times, and I don't know if it's a discrepancy or more so that there's more to the story that we do not know. Okay, so and more than likely it's something of that reign. Okay, 9, right? Let's start up a little bit in 8.5. Armoni and Mephibosheth, and I just went over to the other chapter, everybody. Here I go. All right, where am I at?
8.5.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Okay, and so starting again up here, 8.5. Armoni and Mephibosheth, and the 5 sons of Michal, the daughter of Shaul, whom she brought up for Adriel, the son of Barzillai, the Mecholite, and gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them on the hill before Yahuwah. So the 7 fell together and were put to death in the days of harvest, in the first days, in the beginning of the barley harvest. And Ritzpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it for herself on the rock, from the beginning of the harvest until late rains poured on them from the Shemu'môl. And she did not allow the birds of the Shemu'môl to rest on them by day, nor the beasts of the field by night. So this is really sad, right?
Yeah.
This is the mother. I mean, here's the thing: is mothers oftentimes get a lot of pain simply by watching what is happening to their kids, and this is a really sad thing. So we have Ritzpah, and she just took sackcloth. It sounded like she stayed out like a whole entire season. Right? Did it sound like that to you guys?
Yeah, but these guys are like breaking Torah in the land of Israel. These guys should have been off the thing by sunset.
Yeah, they should have been. But here's the thing: is that Yah gave over the family of Shaul to these Gentiles, right? They're raging Gentiles.
If Michal didn't hate David before, she hates him now.
Yeah, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, for sure. Okay, and so here we are, this poor gal. And David was informed what Ritzpah, the daughter of Aiah, the concubine of Shaul, had done. And David went and took the bones of Shaul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of Yabesh Gilead, who had stolen them from the street of Bet Shan, where the Pelishites had hung them up after the Pelishites had struck down Shaul and Gilboa. All right, so what is this exactly? Can you guys, what did this say?
I think he went and brought her the more bones of her dead relatives.
Whose bones are they? And the bones of Jonathan, his son.
And
So it sounds like
Shaul's.
the men of Yabesh, had stolen the bones of Jonathan in the streets of Beth Shan, where the Pelishites had hung them up after the Pelishites had struck down Shaul and Gilboa. So it sounds like they never recovered Jonathan, right?
Yeah, I don't think they recovered the bones.
So you have these savages, and they're like running through the streets with the bones or something of these dudes, the bodies of these guys, or at some point.
Sideshows.
Yeah, and so, well, people do that all the time. I mean, they will completely, different countries will, they'll drag people through the streets so there's nothing left of them. Okay, 13. Okay, so what do we make of that last thing? The Jonathan, they were defiling his body, right?
David's going back to get his bones.
Yeah, do you think he had to have a war to go get these bones, or what do you think? What do you think?
I don't think he just walked up there and was like, "Give me the bones."
I think he might have been like that because they saw David like, okay, we won't want to fight you.
Yeah, probably not.
Here, take the bones.
Okay, 13. And he brought up the bones of Shaul and the bones of Jonathan his son from there, and they gathered the bones of those who had been hanged, and buried the bones of Shaul and Jonathan his son in the land of Benjamin, in Zelah, in the tomb of Kish his father, and did all that the sovereign commanded. And after that, Elohim heard prayer for the land. Now, I don't want to get too gruesome on this whole thing. It said he gathered the bones of those who had been hanged. Now, if Ritzpah had been out there day and night, then there still would have been flesh on this. It would have still been like a body hanging versus the bones, because he wouldn't have had bones hanging unless the birds would have like got on there and consumed him, unless it was like a long time.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So I don't know if we're talking the bones or we're talking like the corpse of those that had hanged. And what I mean, what do you think life for Ritzpah was like? I mean, that whole season. I mean, that's one of those. That's one of those amazing women in scriptures. I think this is one of these things that is just. I think it lends towards the strength of womanhood and the strength of just women in general. Because I mean, this is crazy. You're talking about your kids are out there hung on outside. Right, and all you're doing, what she's doing is trying to fight the animals and stuff off from defiling their bodies even worse than them being hung there, and she's sitting out there an entire season. So I mean, this is a huge thing, and I mean, it's a huge thing for her. Her life would have never been the same. She lost all of her kids. She sat an entire season out in the rain, out in the sleet, whatever it was to keep the animals and stuff off of her precious things. It's kind of a sad story. And is it 15?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. All right, 15. And the Pelishites were again fighting against Yisrael. So David and his servants with him went down and fought against the Pelishites, and David was weary. Okay, now were the Pelishites, where do they go to get these bones? Was it the Pelishites, or where do they get the bones?
I don't know. How many Pelishites can there be? Have they not destroyed the Pelishites by now?
Yeah, and so, well, there's a lot of them, and so this, I wonder if any of this had to do with the Pelishites rising up, him going and get the bones, dealing with that stuff, and then again the Pelishites were fighting. So, and the key word, the key phrase here in 15 is David was weary. Why was he weary?
Probably tired of fighting.
He's getting old, though, isn't he? You think he's getting old in this stuff?
He's getting there.
I mean, you don't. You only have a spring chicken for some years, and then pretty soon age catches up with all of us.
Moses was leading wars like 100. Moses was leading wars like
Joshua was really old too, as well.
Like 90,
and Caleb, I think Caleb was old, was he?
Yeah, I think they're both
I think Caleb was 85.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we are. And David was weary, and Yishbo bin Ob, who was one of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose bronze spear was 300 pieces, who was bearing a new sword, spoke of killing David. But Abishi, son of Zeruiah, came to help him, and smote the Pelishite and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, saying, "Do not go out with us to battle anymore, lest you put out the lamp of Yisrael." So what are they saying? That he is the lamp of Yisrael?
Yeah, basically, if he dies, they lose the light of Israel.
And
Basically, come to the point, I think, where he's too old and like, you just stay home, we'll deal with it.
yeah, and many people do not understand that when our Creator said you need to go in and kill off everybody, kill them all off, they will say, "Oh, this is a bloodthirsty entity. He's the Creator of the universe is just, he wants everybody dead." But people don't understand. Even right to this point, we're still dealing with corrupted DNA. We're dealing with giants, guys. We're dealing with sons of giants that were still plaguing the people in Yisrael. And the sons of the giants were as big as the rest of them, right? They were big boys. And so here we are, right here. Okay, 18. And it came to be afterward that there was a battle with the Pelishites at Gov. Then Sikai, the Cushite, smote Safe, who was one of the sons of the giant. And there was a battle with the Pelishites again at Gov, where Kanan, son of Yararli Oriagum, the Beth Lechamite, smote Goliath the Gittite, the shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam.
Another giant called Goliath.
Yeah, and so that's probably within the giant community. They probably...
Very popular name.
Yeah, just like Mephibosheth. It seems like they all are Mephibosheths. Okay, 20. And there was a battle in Gath again, where there was a man of great height who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number, and he was also descended from the giants. Now, this leads me to the story of our homeboy Philippe. When we first moved down here to South America, we met up with this guy who was Chinese. He owned a what they down here. This is not racist, guys. What they call them down here is they call them chinos. The stores the Chinese run are called chinos. Just like if you are white down in a brown country, you are a gringo, and you just go by it. Everybody will call you a gringo. It's not a slam. It's just what it is down here. Now, the thing about Philippe is when we first met him, he was real loud. He was really crazy. Now, Philippe was again a homie of our family that changed our lives completely forever. And one day I looked down and I noticed the dude had 6 toes. And I told my kids, I'm like, look, Philippe has 6 toes. And he had 6 toes on both feet. So I never knew what to make of Philippe. But I always thought that story was very interesting. And about, how many months ago was it? 4 months ago? It was in November of last year. 4 guys went in and they shot Philippe and killed him. And that was a very bad day for our family when we found out that had happened. But anyway, that was the story of Philippe and his 6 toes. I don't know how you end up with 6 toes in this form, but these giants all had 6 fingers and 6 toes. And Philippe only had 5 fingers on each hand. So I don't know where the 6 would go. So here we are. 21. And he reproached Yisrael, and Jonathan, son of Shimei, the brother David, smote him. These 4 were born to the giant in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. All right, gents, that is it. That takes us to the end of this reading today. I would like to thank everybody out there for hanging out with us, for being part of our little itty-bitty tiny family that we have out here in the middle of the tiny jungle, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. Much love to you all. We'll probably see you guys again on Thursday morning. Much love to you. We're out.
All right, shalom.